Powered by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
The iconic Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade balloons may not fly as high as usual. I'm Laura Podesta in New York City, where strong winds are expected today, though that's not stopping the crowds from lining up in the wee hours of the morning.
Proud to serve. I'm Nicole Killian in Washington with why these Marines are offering their support to this community this Thanksgiving and why it's not the first time they've given back.
Happy Thanksgiving, Southwest Montana, just ahead of 6:30. Missy O'Malley is off. Matt Elwell has our forecast in a moment. Our top story is the weather. Freezing cold temperatures are expected throughout the Northeast today, and nowhere else will that be more apparent than in New York City this morning, as thousands pack the streets to watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade. CBS's Laura Podesta is at the start of the parade with more.
Happy Thanksgiving! It is all smiles here in New York City, where thousands showed up to watch the balloons come to life for the Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I feel so good. You get to see them big, but when you watch TV, it doesn't look real.
There was a clear favorite among the crowd.
I've always wanted to come see Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
I wanted to see the Charlie Brown one.
But the iconic Peanuts character and 15 other massive balloons may not fly as high as usual. That's because strong winds are expected today, and that could force them lower or to be completely removed. That hasn't happened since 1971.
Whoa!
Last year, a gust of wind sent a small candy cane balloon into the trees. Other incidents in the past have caused injuries.
We need everybody in New York City to think positive, keep those wind speeds down so we can get those balloons up as high as they're supposed to be.
Another issue for the millions of parade goers, forecasters are predicting near record low temperatures.
Wear every glove you can find, every scarf, hand warmers, whatever you got.
City officials say there are no known threats to the parade today, but the NYPD is still out in full force. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Along with those balloons, parade also features 8,000 marchers, performances from singers, 24 floats, and of course, Santa Claus.
That's it.
That's how you wrap that whole thing up again. Meteorologist Matt Elwell joining us here. They're getting some really nasty weather. We've seen that on Thanksgiving from time to time. Not Thanksgiving 2018 this year.
Black Friday may be a little different story as we head into the weekend, but let's enjoy the weather we've got.
There you go, one day at a time.
It's all we've got is to enjoy today's weather. Temperatures holding into the 30s, some 40s, some teens. Got a little mix of temperatures. Most of us should be enjoying temperatures near the 40-degree mark for the afternoon. Pretty dry, maybe some high mountain snowflakes. But as we head into your Thursday evening and Friday, we start to see a shift in our weather pattern. We'll talk about that shift coming up on the Billion Auto Weather Patio in just a little bit.
Thank you, Matt. 6:32. We start this morning with some sad news out of Jefferson County. Female motorist was killed in a single vehicle crash there yesterday morning between Whitehall and Butte. Montana Highway Patrol reported crash occurred on Highway 2 near the intersection of Highway 41, a few miles west of Whitehall. Passing motorists reported the incident about 7 o'clock yesterday morning. That crash remains under investigation. Authorities have not released the victim's identity. Now, people in Deer Lodge are going the extra mile for this Thanksgiving holiday. MTN's John Amy tells us about an annual event that's making a point of feeding the town's elderly and the needy.
Well, we need pies. All that pies, really.
Some generous people in the small town of Deer Lodge believe everyone should have a good Thanksgiving.
There's a lot of people that need a Thanksgiving meal, and you don't want anyone to be without turkey and cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving.
This is why the folks at the Powell County Senior Center have spent the week cooking more than 20 turkeys and preparing more than 400 meals for the town's elderly and low-income residents. It takes a crew of dedicated volunteers to feed a village.
I have a really good staff that works really hard. We get a crew from the fire crew from the prison that works really hard to help, like they helped yesterday. We've probably got 200 hours into prepping this with all the people.
So when they talk about turkey dinner, they're not messing around. They want a really big turkey dinner. They're going to start with turkey, of course. Dark meat as well. They're definitely not stingy here. There we go. There's some dark meat. Of course, then you got to have stuffing. 2 scoops of sweet potatoes. Why not? Gravy is a requirement here in these parts. You gotta have some gravy here. And this is just the meal part. Then we got dessert coming. Like I said, they don't mess around. They want leftovers here.
There's a lot of people out there that, you know, they might get a can of soup from the food pantry for Thanksgiving meal and their kids, and I want to make sure that everybody in Deer Lodge has turkey in their fridge.
Some volunteers are so thankful, they're compelled to give back to their community.
I think this is just a small thing that we can do, and I'm sorry, I get emotional. We are just so blessed because we have like 50 people that show up and just spend time together. So I feel bad when they don't have somebody to go to. I want to just give back, and I love my community.
In Deer Lodge, John Amy, MTN News.
Now, organizers say this free community meal is thanks to generous cash and food donations from the people of Deer Lodge. Shifting gears just a little bit, Bozeman Police will be on the lookout for impaired drivers on the busiest drinking holidays of the year. Blackout Wednesday, which was yesterday, or Drinksgiving, name being used to describe the night before Thanksgiving because of the high number of people in bars. It can mean a high number of people driving under the influence. Captain Dana McNeil with Bozeman Police says although stations will not have extra patrols on shift, officers are stationed around downtown on the lookout for drunk drivers.
There's a real uptick in the amount of drinking that's going on in the downtown area, and so we'll have our patrols on the outside areas. So we see as those traffics are exiting the bars and stuff like that, we'll see those, look for indicators of impaired driving and pull people over and make sure that people are safe to drive.
Now, McNeil says Bozeman PD will have extra patrols out on this weekend for that Bobcat playoff game. Also, thankful to be alive. Dozens of seniors are counting their blessings this Thanksgiving after losing their homes in fire this fall. Many of them were rescued from the blaze by Marines. And as Nicole Killian reports, the service members are coming to their aid again, just in time for the holiday.
One piece. Some gravy right here for you guys.
Captain Trey Gregory is always ready to serve.
Turkey. There you go.
Even when he and his comrades got called up for dinner duty on Thanksgiving.
Definitely glad we could show some hugs, give some smiles, serve some food, celebrate the holidays.
In mid-September, Captain Gregory was among a handful of Marines who rushed from their barracks into this burning senior apartment complex in Southeast Washington to get residents out.
They needed help.
He sat down with CBS News right after it happened, and the memories are still vivid.
We ran through all 4 floors of the building and just picked people up. Carried them, just try to get them, rescue them safety. Of course. Yeah, of course.
Now a chance for those they saved to say thank you once more, including Betty House.
I thank God for them and what they did for us, and I'll never forget it. And I got a picture today.
While many of these folks are thankful for the food and the fellowship, what they'd be most grateful for this Thanksgiving is to be able to return home.
I don't have nothing.
Mary Laney is one of roughly 90 residents who remains in temporary housing at a hotel.
It's hard. I mean, you know, it's the holiday, and you're used to your family coming around, but there's no place for them to come. And we've lost so much.
But on this day, they're getting and giving something back.
A lot of the Marines aren't able to go back home for whatever reason, and so I think events like this really foster more family.
These are senior citizens. This could have been my grandparents or something like that, so I'm just glad that we could be there to support them.
Embracing the few and the proud.
Happy holidays. You enjoy your meal?
With hearts full. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Washington.
Now, earlier this month, President Trump and the First Lady visited the Marines at their Washington barracks to offer Thanksgiving well wishes and to personally thank them for helping to rescue those seniors. And that's awesome that the Marines get a chance to give back once again. Great
Fantastic stuff.
We've been talking a lot about a turkey here on Thanksgiving. How about some pizza?
Sure.
How about we go to a drive-thru here? This is a nice one here. You head into the drive-thru. This is Little Caesars. Doesn't usually do drive-thru. Unless, of course, the car comes right through the wall. Nice. This is not the first time this has actually happened to this poor place. Brittany Charles gets knocked out there. Take a look at this. This could have been, it's amazing. She could have been far more injured than she was. Knocks the cell phone right out of her hand. The wall actually knocks her to the floor, and then she takes off, as you would as well, getting out of there as quick as I can.
Yeah.
Driver, nobody really injured. I mean, shaken up and probably emotionally scarred forever, will continue to sit in the car instead of going in to do that.
Kind of a different meaning to the hot and ready for pizza, right?
Crazy?
Wow.
The driver, as you might expect, facing reckless driving charges. You can park in the lot. We recommend you not park in the counter.
Yeah.
That's kind of a rule we have there at Little Caesars.
Is it an unwritten rule?
Second time, they just barely had the repairs done.
That's
from the
amazing.
last time it happened, so I don't know where it's.
I'm glad nobody was hurt.
Me too. Crazy video there. So get your pizza. I'm guessing they probably got their order for free.
Yeah.
We'll see. How about we take a quick break?
Let's do.
When Montana This Morning returns, we have some tips to keep in mind as you get ready to baste that bird. We also have a happy update on a found Purple Heart from Great Falls. Hang close. Montana This Morning's up after this break.